who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross. Imagine that there is no exam and there is no certificate. Will you go to the school? So you have certificate at the end of the day, and you know that this certificate will earn you what? Job. Will earn you higher qualification, will earn you higher entry to higher education. So you are reading in class. You go to class, you sit down, you listen to lecturer, he teaches, and he says exam time, you are reading very hard for your exam. Why? There's a joy that was set before you. I want to ask you, what is the joy that has been set before you? In your walk with God, what is the joy? Jesus had a joy that was set before him. He was going to suffer, he was going to be killed, he was going to die on that cross, but there was a joy that was set before him. And what is that joy? Pleasing the Father, making the Father happy. You know, you can say that the joy set before Christ is your salvation, my salvation. But you see, your salvation and my salvation was to get the Father to be pleased. So as long as the Father was pleased, that was the joy. Every day that Jesus wakes up, while he was here on earth, he had one joy that was set before him: to see his Father pleased, to see his Father laughing, to see his Father saying, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased." He started the ministry. The Father was saying, "This is the beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased." In the middle of his ministry, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased." On that cross, he was saying, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm what? Pleased." The joy that is being set before you is to get the Father pleased. I want to ask you, when Stephen was dying, when they were stoning Stephen to death, what was the joy that helped Stephen to endure the hard stones that were dropping on him? Stone. Stephen said, "Do not count their sins against them." Why? He saw Jesus standing at the right hand. Jesus was not sitting, he was what? Standing. A general is coming into heaven. Let's stand. And if Jesus stand on his chair, who will not stand in heaven? And when Stephen looked at all that was happening in heaven, he said, "What is stone? Kuchigaba da urga dua sunjari. Achigaba. Kai ko kawu kama."